Hi guys, I'm Javaune Simpson and welcome back to Speak Up Now. For today, I was just thinking to myself that I'm just going to do a random video, and for this one I'm going to try my very best to not do much editing or any editing at all, other than just adding the normal things to the side or whatever it might be. But I want it to be as real and just on point as best as possible. And I mean, you don't know, so we don't really do things with the views already. So I mean, if it get the views, then so be it, and if it doesn't, then whatever, like I just felt this. And so what I will be doing is I'll be going on a news page and going through, skimming through the topics there or the headlines there, and perhaps just give a 1 minute or so talk based on each. So I mean, I'll try to not make this too long, because we don't know, so Javaune can talk already, Javaune love talk, so but I'll just try to not make it too long. Alright, and you can notice, like, even the shirt, like, just very much random. And I mean, I'm bed me, I'm just come back out of bed and just say, I'm gonna do this. So let's get right into it. Alright, so I'm on Star, right? On Instagram, I would say, the Star, Jamaica Star, right? So in case you want to go on the Star's page and check out these stories. But so first up we have, make sure you put my phone on vibrate, so it doesn't disrupt me. And for persons that perhaps send me voice notes and all these things while I'm doing this video, now you know why I can't respond to your messages right now, alright? Now you know. So alright, so first up we have Dear Pastor, or Tell Me Pastor rather, and it says, God might be weeding out the ungodly ones. Well, wait, let me try and read this a bit of the story to understand what it's saying. So one thing I know for sure is that Jamaica is like Sodom and Gomorrah. I guess it's talking about actually the COVID-19 pandemic that we're actually experiencing. So I guess I get it. I get the context in which these persons have said this. God might be weeding out the ungodly ones. And I mean, that's perhaps a popular view of many persons, though. Whenever it is that a place or the world has gotten to the wicked or evil place, where it's like we don't respect God no more, or we just do things from our own. Quite often we tend to believe that God is just trying to humble us as best as possible, and that perhaps might just be the thing. I believe that as a nation, as a region, as the world, we have strayed away from what it is that God has called us to do as people. Some of us are embracing our purposes, and some of us are doing well as it pertains to what God has called us to do as people. But some of us, to be honest, we have strayed away from it. And even me, like, I straight up myself, like, even me, even me at times, I believe I'm just not on track, and sometimes it becomes strenuous for me. As an individual, I tend to be very hard on myself about these things, because I know I can do better, and I know I should be doing better. So so perhaps, I don't know, but it also leads to something that suggests that persons tend to believe that why would God actually do something like that? But to be honest, we were created for a reason, and this reason in which we were created for, it's to worship and to honor God, most importantly. So aside from trying to enjoy ourselves as human beings, I mean, we don't have to we don't need to do evil things to enjoy ourselves. As a matter of fact, how can you actually enjoy evil things? Then again, I would ask that, because sin can seem enticing nevertheless. But let me not try to stay there any longer. Like, I mean, it's a possibility. God might be weeding out the ungodly ones for real. But I mean, then again, persons might be like, but I don't want to God ungodly people alone get, and ungodly people alone, die or whatever it might be, or is getting ill. So I don't know. I don't know why this is even the first one. Like, this just make everything just just be a bit Yeah, hard. But anyways, moving on, we have Jamaica's COVID-19 recoveries reached 100, and that's awesome. Like I was watching it on the news earlier, and I was like happy to see that, and I was like, yo, then that means that as of today, which is what date is it? Tuesday, May the 12th. But perhaps I'll be releasing this like Wednesday, the following day. Yeah. So as of today, we have reached 100 recoveries, and them recovering mean that they have been permitted to leave the hospital or whatever it might be and go back home because they're recovered. And so that is awesome, because currently we have like 509 cases, 507 cases, sorry, and we have 507. Is it 507 though? I think it is 507. Yeah, I think it's 507 cases. Yes, 507, because that's one of them as well. So I guess I don't have to go to that one because I already see it. So 507, and currently the number of deaths 9, imported cases 41, contacts of confirmed cases 192, local transmissions 24, local cases linked to Alorica. Portmore call right here. 224 under investigation, 26, recoveries 100. So that's awesome. So let me see if I can do math real quick. So that's 47, and then we have 358. So 358 I assume are undergoing are getting helped health wise, because 9 have passed and 100 is safe, and so yeah, I'm my math is saying that it's 398. Did I say 98? 98. Yeah, that is actually in need of healthcare. Nevertheless, moving on. So we have Star Tana Yard, a poem from Mom challenge. Oh, so this was geared towards Mother's Day. So we just passed it. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. All the expecting mothers as well. Well, happy belated Mother's Day. But I mean, Mother's Day can be any day throughout the year, or 365 days, as a matter of fact, because mothers and fathers are just that awesome to have in your life. Because of them, it's because of them physically why you're actually here on earth. So shout out to them, blessings and all that. So currently we're far in the minutes already, so let me just continue. Like, alright, so I already went through that. So then we have, alright, we're not gonna even go through that one. Like, we can't bother the one there. So like the ones them where like seem a bit like too much for me, I won't go through them, to be honest. Then we have alright, sure. So I guess I'll develop rules as I go along, I'll try not to give light to certain things that's happening. So I'll pay attention to the things that might be more interesting to a general audience, rather than might be interesting to a particular set of persons. So well, I don't know, I guess it's just perhaps what I like. Alright, so we have family waits for government week care money. Alright, so many persons would have known about this, so the government currently has an initiative where they're trying to give care packages to persons who might be in need of these packages. And currently we have in St. Mary several different communities that are under lockdown, in quarantine rather, or under lockdown, and well, it's supposed to be under lockdown because these people stick broken enemies, as Jamaicans would say, stick broken enemies. So yeah, they're supposed to be on lockdown, and so the government has decided, given that they're not able to go out and shop as regular as usual, or a lot of persons have lost their jobs, and so they're not able to fend for themselves or provide for their families as much as they would normally do And so the government has come up with an initiative, thanks be to God, that they're providing for some people. Persons have come out and they've complained about the packages, but to be honest, that's just one of the bad things that are within our DNA. At times, we don't tend to be appreciative of the help in which we get at times, because to be honest, I've seen governments do far worse. So the mere fact that this is happening in our society, and I mean, this is something new to us all. The money that was put aside to actually take care of us as Jamaicans, as individuals, it's being used currently, and it's being used hard and fast. So I mean, we currently have an economy that has been put on pause, technically, and so we just have to try and spread across the little mickle, because we're not that country that has a big muckle, and for persons out there that might not be understanding what I'm saying, as Jamaicans, we have this thing that we say, every mickle make a muckle. So every little bit, add up to be a large sum. And so this country is considered to be a third world country. So it's not a country that has money put on just so. As a matter of fact, the Jamaican dollar is currently like 146 point something cents. When I saw it since night on the news, I believe. Yeah, I think it was 146. So that's crazy. I'm not seeing that here on Star's page, but I just had to mention that. So they're giving out care packages, so shout out to the government, thanks be to God for that. And just to shed light to it on it as well, just the other day, I think 2 days ago, they actually hijacked a truck, I believe, or something like that was actually transporting the care packages. So you can just that's just the savageness of how persons behave at times. It's not as if boy, I don't know. I don't know. I tell you, my fellow people, man, are they're dangerous, I tell you. And it's not just Jamaicans, though, to be honest. But I mean, as a nation, I believe that we can do far better, We can do better, but we just fail to do better. I don't know why. I think we have been, we broke bad, to be honest. We broke bad, and we need to change that. So moving on. The security forces killed 2 in alleged shootout. Oh, so yeah, I read this earlier today on the Gleaners page, actually. So it says 2 men who were allegedly involved in a shootout with members of the security forces following an $8 million robbery in Montego Bay, St. James, were fatally shot on Monday afternoon. A manhunt has also been launched for the 3 other men who allegedly escaped the shootout. So by the help of God, I hope they'll find them. I mean, not necessarily kill them or anything like that, but I just want them to be found. Justice must be served. So yeah, two men have been two men have been killed, actually. So I mean, that's unfortunate that they had to be killed, because it's a shootout. So I mean, it's not like when it's a shootout and you have dangerous things, missiles coming at you as a security force. It's not like you're gonna use rubber bullets at that appointed time, or you're gonna take out a button and try and fight crime that way. You're going to return fire. So that's just unfortunate. So anyways, $8 million though, and I think based on the report that I read earlier, it is something that they've done before. It's alleged that they have actually done it before. Because I think they classified one of them as the mastermind of robberies that were taking place, I guess, in that era. So moving on, we have tribute, mama. Oh, so well, apparently somebody Shanna S pays tribute with Mama Don't Worry. I don't know who Shanna S is, and I really and truly not gonna try and find out right now. Alright, Child Month. Alright, so we're in Child Month currently. So let me read what this is saying. Ask your child for his or her opinion when dealing with age-appropriate matters. Age-appropriate matters. I'm trying to understand that straightforwardly. Alright, parents who reason with their kids allow them to understand and learn in a non-judgmental way. Be open to your child's suggestions. Negotiate kids who participate in decisions are more motivated to carry them out. Oh, so I guess I'm understanding there. Alright, so firstly, let me just give a shout out to the whole, theme for Child's Month this year, and it's unplug negativity, connect positivity, think. Alright, so yeah, that's a pretty good theme. When I heard of it, like since week or last week rather, I was like, yo, these people sound like they're actually preparing for COVID-19. They're like, yo, unplug negativity, connect positivity. So I mean, we as as a guidance counselor, like we were planning around Child's Month, and I was like, yo, but this sound like, yo, what we had as a lesson. We were trying to get persons to understand how to cope with stress, the whole stress of COVID-19 and all these things. And so, it just seemed as if it, come together perfectly with the lesson in which we were actually teaching. Oh my god, my comb fell. It's something that I was actually playing with. So I'm going to reach and take it up right now. So don't judge me. Or you can judge me. Alright, good. So I take it up. My comb. It's for the bush. Alright? Yeah, so they're saying, ask your child for his or her opinion when dealing with age appropriate matters. So what I assume this to be, based on reading further down there, it is, if it is that you're having a conversation with your child about something that they should do, for example, try and get their views on it. Don't let them feel as though you're just handing down orders to them and not necessarily getting them involved in the discussion. So if it is that you're talking about you're saying to them, wear your mask, wear your mask, wear your mask, you understand me, going on the road or whatever it might be, try and involve them in the talk. Like, why is it necessary to wear the mask? Ask them if they understand why is it necessary to actually wear the mask. Because you might just get from them that, hey, yeah, it's important for me to wear the mask so people don't see my face. That might be their view, and so you might just be educating them to let them know that, hey, no, you're wearing the mask because you're trying to protect yourself from the virus that is currently going around and all these things. Alright, because you're trying to protect your mouth and your nose, and if it's a mask that covers your eyes as well, then your eyes as well. Alright, and you just explain to them, just because these kids are pretty smart, so don't treat them as if they don't understand certain things, and for you to treat them as such, they might just start pretending as such, right? Or they try and get the information from other persons that really don't know what they're talking about. So it's best for you to educate them, and if you don't know, just try and look it up yourself. So I think children do help us to become more knowledgeable at times, because sometimes they'll ask some questions and you really and children know the answer, and because they asked and you don't want to not to give them the answer, you go ahead and you research it and you learn, and you actually get to share that information with them. Alright, so yeah, going on. So alright, I won't be reading that. Don't say that is necessary. Alright, so PM warns COVID drying up savings. See, same thing that I mentioned earlier. So and what I get, I'll just be reading the headlines. Alright, so what I get from that, well, as long as it's straightforward enough, and I think that's straightforward enough. I think that what's that saying is just that, for persons who might have put up some savings, and even as a country, because that's what I was mentioning before, even as a country, we're not one of those first world countries that have large savings. We're not one of those countries that have some big bank accounts and all these things. Mind you, there are many persons in Jamaica that do have big bank accounts. However, for the general public or for the average Jamaican, we don't. And so persons have reached into the piggy bank already, trying to provide for themselves and provide for their families. And believe you me, it is getting harder and harder for them as the days goes by. So we just have to pray and ask God to just heal the nation, because we need the healing. Right now we do need the healing, to be honest. So I mean, in due time though, God, because we know that you are the healer, and we know that you're the author and finisher of all things. So yeah man, in your time, God. So moving on. Oh my God, this is definitely a hot topic. So we have where say church leader rejects demand for worshippers to wear masks. Alright, so oh God. This is like a pound and a half. Alright, so today I was brought to this topic. Shout out to Peter and shout out to Renard with him and listen. My two bros. So we're talking about, and I think we're actually planning to go talk about this topic as well. Perhaps we talk about it whether amongst ourselves or out there. But guys, you see, and it come up right here. So I'm just gonna talk a bit about it. This pastor says that she doesn't agree with wearing mask in church because the Prime Minister made a speech yesterday, I believe, allowing churches to reopen to the public and have gatherings. However, they should follow the social distancing guidelines. So 6 feet apart. They should be sanitizing of the hands before entry of the church, and also there should be temperature checks done before entering the church as well, along with other things. I believe no what was it again? No hugging and those things. No hugging, no shaking hands, those things. And so, I mean, to be honest, I agree with these things. If it is that we're going to do that, if it is that persons see the need that they have to go into church, then these are the things that we have to follow, because we have to be smart people. I mean, the scripture says in the Bible, that my people will fall due to lack of knowledge. I'm just trying to paraphrase. So yeah, my people will fall due to lack of knowledge, and I think it fills in right here perfectly. Where if it is that because we lack wisdom, or because we lack that thing that suggests that we need to just be smart, or whatever it might be, then we're going to fall back. And we're going to fall back hard, because we're going to put ourselves in situations and then, look to God and say, God, but you were right there. How come you never protect me? You understand me? Well, and this is perhaps unfair, because, God have given us wisdom and understanding to a certain extent, where we should be able to understand that if it is that we're facing a pandemic, for whatever reason, we're facing a pandemic, then we have to protect ourselves. If gunmen and police are shoot outside, or we're going to walk out there because we have to go work and not wear a bulletproof vest, come on. Or not, as a matter of fact, going up there at all. Gunmen and police are shoot out there, why you don't need to go to work there at all. You have to call your boss and tell them what take place, and if they don't believe it, put up the phone so they can hear. You understand me? These things, you understand? Because I believe that it's like the same argument. Is it that you're going to put yourself in danger knowingly, and then call on God to actually help you to get out of it? Is it that you're going to jump into a deep sea, and then ask God to then right there and then teach you how to swim? I mean, it's not impossible for God to do. We know that it's not impossible for God to do. God can raise people from the dead. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, is it that you're going to put yourself at risk just for you to ask God to deliver you from a certain thing, or whatever it might be? So it is simple. Just cover your face. This person alluded to the point that or it's alleged, because that's what I saw, that I think she was saying something about if you wear a mask in front of in the presence of God, then you're going to look like a terrorist in front of God, or something like that. And I'm like, what? I mean, look like a terrorist in front of God? I mean, God know it. God have the very ears. God have the very hairs on top of our head numbered. You understand me? God know it to the T. Like, whether or not we have a big metal tin over our face, or cloth, or whatever it might be, God already know it and see it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I mean, God is all wise, and He knows what is taking place. And so, if it is that we have an opportunity to protect ourselves and come out and worship at the same time, then so be it. I believe that persons can worship wholeheartedly from their homes as well. But however, if it is that you do have persons that feel more comfortable going into the church and worshiping, so we're just being accommodated to do that. So why be ungrateful towards that, or why show ungratefulness towards it, and then become disrespectful or be disrespectful to the Prime Minister in the line of actually trying to get across your point, or whatever it might be? Because that's exactly what she was alluding to, based on what I read, not necessarily from Star here, but from, I believe, where did I read it? I don't remember if it was Nationwide News or something like that. I don't remember, but yeah, I read it earlier. So time is pressing, so let me just continue. All right. So yeah, same story. I guess it was a headline for the Star. When today? Where's the date? May the 12th. Today is May the 12th, I think. Yes. So it was a headline for the Star today. Then we have our next stop. Oh yeah. So we have So it's what, Nurse Kevin Morrison. So shout out to Nurse Kevin Morrison. I saw the advertisement on TV. I saw the post on TV, and he was basically just giving, like, I guess tips or something like that, just to keep safe or whatever it might be, or just motivating the public just to keep safe throughout this crisis that we're actually facing. And I actually liked it. His personality seems, cool. I actually laughed when I see it, so it was pretty cool. So shout out to Nurse Kevin Morrison, sorry. And it's actually a good thing as well, because many persons are not aware that you have males out there who are actual nurses, and he's actually showing that there are male nurses out there, and well, in the public's eye as well. So perhaps he will inspire a couple young people today, or inspire a couple young people over the weeks or months that they're actually seeing all of this, or seeing content from him, and having the headline Nurse Kevin Morrison or whatever it might be. And I'm sure that a lot of persons, like when I went, because I even went on his page to see, just to see a bit more. And so I was like, I can bet person see him, walking through the hospital and be like, I'm doctor, doctor, because I don't know. Once I see as a male working in health facilities, I guess persons tend to believe that you're a doctor. And perhaps if you're a female now, they tend to believe that you're a nurse, just a nurse. So I don't know. it's perhaps bad though, because I think that kind of sounds prejudice in a sense. I think it sounds like you're prejudging some persons, based on that, or you're just categorizing them based on their gender or sex or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. So then we have a guest. So we started with Tell Me Pasta, so we're going to close with a Tell Me Pasta. So this Tell Me Pasta is, do fruits get sour if females climb the tree? Jesus, take the wheel, Lord. I want to read the story. Or should I? Let me just read it, because it's not that long. I have heard that if females climb any fruit tree, the fruit becomes sour or loses its taste. I wonder if old people make up these things, or they really experience them. Tell me, Pastor. I don't know why they keep asking the pastor to tell them these things, because is he really a pastor though? I don't know. I've been seeing it for years. Like, tell me, Pastor, dear Pastor, all these things. I don't know if he's a pastor for real. But anyways, that's just like some old time thing, man. Like, what? Your female climbs a tree, then she's the fruit is going to sour faster. Jesus, you know what? This has been Speak Up with Javaune Simpson. Let me know if it is that you actually like this approach, because I felt comfortable doing this, and I really and truly I think I need to do this more. To be honest, I won't even go back over the video. I won't be editing it. I will just be putting in and just adding the things that I saw necessary to add. And so, I won't be cutting the video. That's what I should say. I won't be cutting the video. So probably I, add some things to it. I don't know what, but I might just add some things to it, but I won't be cutting it. Right? So, yeah, this has been Speak Up. And oh my God, for the first, I actually feel really comfortable, after completing it. So this has been fun, to be honest, for me personally. I hope it was fun for you. It's pretty long, to be honest, but it was fun for me. So I mean, it has reached podcast status for real this time. So I mean, this has been Speak Up with Javaune Simpson. As I mentioned before, it's so much time I say that just to show you, this is uncut, unedited. Much love. God bless. Let me know if it is that you actually liked this approach. If it is that I should continue. And to be honest, I feel as though I will be continuing like this, because the editing process can be real hard at times. And I mean, I don't know why I've been so hard on myself, for this long, So I perhaps just embrace this and just do it. Perhaps get a wear a better t-shirt though, something like that, you know. Something like that. So just take care of yourselves, guys. Take care of yourself, guys. I felt as though I had some tongue twister there a while ago. Remain socially distant. If you're going to church for the first time this week, and then just enjoy yourself in Jesus' name, and lift up the praises to the King, to the Most High, and just enjoy yourselves and be safe. Protect yourselves. And guys, remember as well, because my stepfather pointed out to me that there are persons out there, unscrupulous persons out there, trying to get rich quicker off of people money, for people things. So be careful how you use your bank cards. Be careful how you use your bank account. Be careful how you click on these links and go over to these sites and all these things that are asking for personal information or trying to scope out your information. And be careful as well. So even as it pertains to being at home, be mindful that you need to set strong passwords for your Wi-Fi, because persons can actually access your Wi-Fi and access whatever it is that you're actually looking at or whatever you're actually typing, record your keystrokes and all these things. You have to just watch some YouTube videos and be wiser, because there are a lot of tricksters out there, especially now when persons don't have much to do. They will be trying to get some money for themselves, get your money for themselves. So just be safe. Take care. Much love. You don't know. God bless you. Mwah.